Hey everybody, this tutorial is a makeup look on this really dark smoky eye. I have hooded eyes and I have a lot of issues with trying to pull off the smoky eye look, but I think this look is actually quite flattering for those of you with hooded eyes like me. So instead of using straight up black color, I use a dark green, and I think it's more complementary, especially if you have smaller eyes. I think that color is a lot more flattering than just black, because black I think can just close up the eyes. So if you're wanting a dark smoky eye but you're not able to pull it off, try using a dark color instead of a black. The number one tip for making a smoky eye is to blend your colors. You don't want the dark colors to just end there. You want to kind of fade it out by using a different color on your crease. So I'm going to show you my techniques and I hope you enjoy. I've already primed my eyelids using the Too Faced Shadow Insurance, but I'm just going to go in with concealer again to prevent it from creasing. This is by Bloom Cosmetics. I'm just going to tap concealer on my eyelid very lightly, just a light layer, because I have oily lids. If I put on too much concealer or have too much product on my eye, it will crease. I am creating effectively a blank canvas on my eyelids, but again, because of the oily lids, the concealer might crease, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on a skin tone colored eyeshadow over top to set it in place. The eyeshadow that I'm going to use is from my Zoeva Naturally Yours palette, and this beige pink color here. I'm going to put this color all over my eyelid, right up to the brow bone. Wherever I put that concealer, this eyeshadow goes on top. Now you could go in with a full-on matte black eyeshadow, but I think it will be too strong, especially because I have quite small eyelids and small eyes already. So I'm going to use a really dark green. This is Makeup Geek Enchanted Forest. It's just a really dark matte green. So I'm just going to put this color on my eyelid and keeping it below the crease for now. So I'm going to stop there and I'm going to put a color on my crease. The color that I'm choosing is a slightly pink one because I think it will go well with the green. And this is from my Zoeva Smoky palette, a dusty rose pink. I'm going to apply it with a blending brush. I'm just going to put that color all over the crease and going above the crease as well. So when you kind of press down on your eyelid and you can feel where your eye socket is, that's where you want to apply this color, and above it, because when you open your eyes you want to be able to see that color. I'm going to blend it really well. I'm going to use the same brush and I'm going to apply that same dark green pretty much where I put that dusty rose color, but below the crease. So I'm going to start here, and this is to create a nice gradient effect. So I'm going to start blending it at pretty much where the borderline is. So that's what I have so far, and I'm going to intensify the color that is on my eyelid. So I'm going to go back to the dark green and I'm going to pat it on my eyelid. So this is the look so far. If it's not looking smooth and blending as you would like it to be, just get a clean brush that is really fluffy and good for blending, and just go over the edges of your eyeshadow. So where the border is, just lightly swish the brush over it. I'm creating a fully matte look, but if you want to create a little bit of jazz, a little bit of oomph in your eyeshadow look, you can put a shimmery color just right in the center of your eyelid. I think a good color for this would be like a shimmery green, something like this. This is a Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadow in the shade Jester. This one here from the Zoeva palette, it's like a grey brown shimmery color, but I'm just going to keep this really matte today. I'm gonna go ahead and put on my foundation. This is the L'Oreal Magic Nude Liquid to Powder Foundation. Dark smoky eyes would look even better if your under eyes are a little bit brighter. So I'm going to put on the Urban Decay concealer. And I'm going to use this process to tidy up around the outer corner of my eye here. I'm tidying up around the outer part of my eye here to kind of lift the eyeshadow higher, so I don't want anything to fall below where I've got it at the moment. And this is because the dark colors will make it look like my eyes will droop down if I have it too low. If I keep it up closer to my eyebrow, kind of angle it towards the tip of my eyebrow, it will make it look like my eyes are more lifted than drooping down. I'm going to set that concealer in place with some translucent powder. I want like a real clean cut eyebrow today, so I'm going to use the Maybelline Brow Define and Fill Duo. I'm going to use this to outline my brows. And then to fill in my brows, I'm going to use the City Color Collection Brow Card. I'm going to use the darkest brow powder color here. Okay, and then I'm going to contour, blush, and highlight. I'm not going to do a really strong contour today because the focus is on the eyes, so I'm just going to use a light bronzer just around the outside edges of my face and under my cheekbones. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer and an Eco Tools brush. For a really natural blush, I'm going to use the Maybelline Cheeky Glow. This is in the shade Creamy Cinnamon. I want a vanilla highlight, so I'm going to be using my Mary Luminizer by The Balm. I'm also going to use this highlighter to highlight under my brows and on my inner corners. I'm putting this highlighter below the arch and only slightly below it. I'm not going to go all the way in, and I'm not going to go all the way to my brow bone. I'm going to keep this very thin line just under my eyebrows. You could leave it like this and put on some mascara, but I am also going to do my lower lash line, and that's just to balance out the darkness on my upper lid as well as my lower lash line. But it's not going to be very dark, so I'm just going to use the same Dusty Rose that was on my crease. I'm going to use a pencil brush and I'm going to smudge it just on the lower lash line, just blending it very tidily. To make the eyes pop even more, I'm going to use a white eyeliner, and I'm just going to line my lower waterline with it. And now for the mascara, I'm going to use my Maybelline 1x1 Volume Express. While waiting for that to dry before I curl my lashes again, I'm going to put on some lipstick. To capture the Dusty Rose that we've put on the crease, I'm going to use a pinky kind of lip gloss, and this is the ColourPop Ultra Satin Lips in the shade Echo Park. I'm going to curl my lashes to give the impression of extra volume and length. If you were after the really dramatic look, is to actually put on some false lashes. Get some really voluminous, really long ones that would extend past the dark eyeshadow so you can actually see the tips of the lashes. I should have actually done this before I put on the mascara, but I'm just going to set all the makeup in place with my Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray and hope that it doesn't crease and my mascara doesn't transfer onto my eyelid. So this is a completed makeup look. I hope you guys were able to follow the tutorial, and I hope you were able to recreate this look. Thank you for watching.